Hello, my name is Carl. Welcome to my YouTube channel, but not to my workshop. We're in the car.
Yep.
And we're heading to Moravia, to the museum, because we have got another Rover gas turbine APU. This time it's a 10301.
From the Vulcan.
That's right, it is. It's from the Vulcan bomber, a very famous aircraft. So we're going to go to the museum now and we're going to have a look at it, see what kind of condition it's in. We're aware that it's not in quite as good condition as the 10201 that we've already got, but the reason we've got it is to use as a source of spares. So we're going to head down there now and have a good look at it, and we'll bring you along with us, and we'll get a good video out of it, won't we, Harry?
Yeah, hopefully.
Okay, so let's get going then.
Let's...
Is get the engine off this pallet. Do you want to film back that way a bit so you can see what I'm doing?
Good idea.
Yeah, that's it.
So
we don't want it to be out. It's been raining all night.
It has.
And ideally we want to get this thing under cover as soon as we possibly can.
Yeah, part of it is covered in water, so if this hadn't been there,
yes,
well,
you can see what would have happened. Because
yeah,
that nacelle jet pipe there is sticking up.
so we better get it in cover soon.
Right. So
hopefully.
I'll just get this snip.
So now there are tie wraps on here,
Yeah,
so we're
tear up the cargo straps.
cutting them off. Here's one.
It's pretty well fixed to the pallet.
Yeah, quite good. Which isn't it's not a bad thing.
No.
But then it's not much of a good thing either.
Well, it's all right.
Yeah.
It's good because it's it's got here in one piece.
Yeah, which is good. We've got all the cargo straps off of the engine now. And so we are about to get it off of its pallet.
Manhandling it.
Yes.
Fortunately,
it doesn't want to come off.
Well, it will.
Eventually.
It will. It's just a case of persevering.
It is, yeah.
Once we get the first set of wheels on the ground,
But then it won't be hard.
It'll be not too bad. Right.
We got the first set of wheels on the ground now, so it shouldn't be too hard. There we go. Here we go. About to get it off.
We're moving it.
We are definitely moving it. Whoa, that was close. Here we go. Here we go. There we go. It's off. We have got the APU in the rub hanger now.
Yeah.
Took quite a bit of effort, but we've got it in. No.
It's on wheels.
Yeah, it definitely does help that it has 4 of those wheels.
It's got the transits down, so that's pretty
Yeah.
Wait, we'll stop filming now and we'll get the
Yeah.
nacelle covers off.
So we'll bring you back once we've done that.
So as Harry's just said, we've got it into the rub now, and we're back in the company of 915 there, the Dragonfly, and the Jet Provost, and the good old Skeeter. So looking inside the nacelle, we can see straight away that this is a very different animal to our 10201, and for various good reasons which we'll get into shortly. There's a lot of different stuff in here. That's the back end of the combustion chamber there, look. So the Rotax actuator has been removed from that, it's been robbed. Here there should be AC generator. Attached to that there would have been a big heat exchanger for the oil cooler. That plan air blower there was what would have been blowing air through the heat exchanger, and it's actually driven by a shaft drive from the engine gearbox itself. The engine gearbox is a lot simpler than it is on the 10201. You can actually see the core compressor casing there, and there's the high-speed pinion coming directly off the turbine. That one there, look, that's the high-speed pinion coming directly off the compressor and turbine shaft, driving an intermediate gear, which then would have been driving this spline here. You can just about see it. That would have been driving the alternator. And the great thing about this is if I rotate that, I can turn the shaft, look, everything's turning, so it means it's not seized up, which is a very good thing. And the blower's not turning though, for some reason. I think the blower's probably sheared. The blower's seized up. Yeah, it's not moving, so I reckon the blower drive is probably sheared off. But never mind, the basic engine itself is free. So we have got some markings on this. AAPP serial number 62161. And there we go, look, Rover Gas Turbines Limited, Solihull, England, engine number 61161. AAPP. There's all the modifications. So we can actually go, I think we'll go to the Vulcan to the Sky Foundation, and we'll try and find out what aircraft this came from. And we have another interesting thing around the other side, which I'll show you now. It's on the transit stand. Rover Gas Turbines Limited, AAPP Mark 10301 gas turbine starter motor. Serial number 62161, 30th of the 3rd, 2023. I reckon that's the label from when it was in the MOD disposal auction. Harry's going to start taking the nacelles off. So if you put in there, look, you should see there's a Zeus fastener. So it should go through 90, rotate it 90 degrees, anti-clockwise. So lefty loosey, remember?
Yep.
Yep.
I think I might need the torch.
Okay. Right, is that you're filming now, is it?
Yeah.
So we have got the nacelle sides off.
Both of them.
And we're going to have a good look at this engine and show you what we've got. So, there's a lot missing from it.
Yeah, quite a bit.
It's probably fair to say. So we've got...
Someone's nicked a lot.
First of all, we'll look at the similarities between ours and this one. So combustion chamber, exactly the same. Igniter, exactly the same. Injector head, exactly the same, other than the fact that this one hasn't got its road actuator. It's been taken. It's been robbed.
I like the road actuator.
Everything else on this appears to be
there,
apart from, obviously, we don't have the air pump, and I'm not seeing a fuel pump. If you come round this side, come round this side of me, Harry, now. That's it, come round the other side. That's where the fuel pump should be there, and it's not there. So that's a bit of a
disappointment.
Bit of a disappointment.
Never mind.
But never mind.
Life comes with its disappointments.
Yeah, it does. But a little bit annoying. But there you go. So combustion chamber, the same. Also, now come around this side again, Harry, please. Sump heater is there, oil filter is there. Look inside there, what have we got? Yeah, not much different to our one in there. All the thermocouples are there, and this is the compressor casing here. So we can actually see that a lot more clearly on this one than you can on ours. That there, look, is the compressor casing. On ours it's obscured by the gearbox primarily, but on this one you've got this gear case which used to drive the alternator. Right, so we're around the other side now.
We are?
So we have starter motor here.
Made by, of course, Rotax.
Yeah, made by Rotax. Who were they taken over by?
Lucas Aerospace.
Correct. We've also got the cyclone separator like we've got on R1. This is R1, but you know what I mean.
Sort of.
We've got the thermocouples again on this side. There's a lot, again, all the fuel systems missing. One of the biggest differences to R1 is, if you look up here, look Harry, see this big duct coming out of the main air casing. What that's for is they're using what this APU did when it was in the Vulcan. It performed two functions. It gave electrical power, AC electrical power, because all of the hydraulics on the Vulcan were run electrically. So all the powered flying controls had electric motors driving small hydraulic pumps for each one. So if they had an electrical failure, they lost flight control. So this thing would have provided emergency electrical power in that case. The other thing it would have provided is air for the air conditioning system, for the pressurization. The crew compartment in the Vulcan was very small compared to most modern aircraft. So this would have been able to provide enough air to pressurize that compartment in an emergency.
Why? That is
what you've
small.
got to remember is that the Vulcan was doing a very different role to our Argosy that our engine came out of. So the Vulcan is a high altitude, deep penetration nuclear bomber, whereas the Vulcan is a Putley 4 turboprop transport aircraft.
The Argosy?
Sorry, the Argosy, yeah, that's what I meant. The Argosy is a Putley 4 turboprop transport aircraft.
Big difference.
We'll edit that bit out. Anyway, so this has to do a very different job in very different circumstances. The maximum service ceiling of the Vulcan is about 55,000 feet. And for the Argosy, it's something like 17,000 to 20,000 feet.
That's not...
So they're doing very different jobs, basically. And you'll note that this has a starter motor. And if you look down here, Harry, just at the bottom there, you've got two breeches there for cartridge start. And if you look at this pipe here, that pipe is coming from the cartridges and that goes onto the turbine. So what happens with these things is there's like a big shotgun cartridge goes in there without any shot in it, basically. And they are fired electrically, and then the hot gas from the shotgun cartridge goes through that pipe and it spins the turbine round and starts the engine. That's the idea. So they are for emergency starting. Normally they would use that electric starter motor there. And what we'll do, I think, is we'll try and get that running and see if it fires up the... Well, it's not going to fire up the engine. What I mean is we'll fire up the starter motor and spin up the engine using that.
See if it spins.
Yeah, see if it spins.
Of course, we won't be able to properly get it going like it would when it would be providing
And if I'm quite
power.
honest, I don't think we're ever going to get this one going. It's going to be a bit of a spares Christmas tree for the one we've got.
Yeah. Because there are
so
some similarities.
There are a lot of similarities. But again, the fuel system on this would have been very different. I'm a little bit disappointed it doesn't have the fuel pump, but it would have had a slightly different fuel pump anyway, and it would have had different controls for the fuel system because it needs to control this engine at high altitudes, and also because we're bleeding a lot of air off the main compressor for the air conditioning, if necessary, then it would have also have had different fueling requirements because of all the air that we're bleeding off. So it would have had a much more complex fuel system. And obviously the idea of the Vulcan was it's a high altitude, deep penetration nuclear bomber, as I said, and its mission is to drop the weapon or launch the weapon, because it would have carried either a blue steel missile, or it would have had a red beard or a yellow sun or a W177 nuclear weapon. So the idea is it has to, under all circumstances, drop the weapon or launch the weapon. That's its primary task.
And then get out of there.
And then get out of there, yeah. So it would have had this thing would have been used in dire emergency so that mission could be carried out. And we have to remember, of course, as well, that the Vulcan took part in Operation Black Buck during the Falklands War. So we basically put Port Stanley Airport's runway out of commission and the Argentinians couldn't use it. because we took Vulcans down there and bombed it.
Yeah, that's what the Vulcan is most famous
It is
for.
what it's most famous
Operation
for. Yeah.
Black Buck.
Operation Black Buck is correct.
Completely destroyed the runway.
So we'll stop filming now and let's try and see if we can get that starter motor fired up.
Good idea.
And spin this thing over.
That's a good idea.
I did say that the blower was seized up and I thought it wasn't working, but Harry's noticed and just pointed out to me that the bit that wasn't rotating, that I thought was broken, was a fixed guide vane.
You can see
and you can actually see
there.
the rotor is turning in the bottom of there, so that's not broken.
Which is good.
So show them that fuel pump drive gear there, Harry.
Which is very good.
So if you look in there, look.
You can see.
Can you see it?
Oh, that's yeah.
Can
there.
you? Have you got it? Right.
Yeah, you can see it.
So if I rotate it, you can see the fuel pump drive gear turning.
Yeah.
And the drive dog's on the end of that for driving the fuel pump.
You can.
Yeah. See it now? That's it. Good bit of filming that.
Thank you.
So what we'll do now is what we said. Stop filming, and we'll get everything set up to try and run this starter motor.
Okay.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to do a little experiment. We're going to
Gonna see if it runs.
Yeah. We're going to try and flash this starter motor up using the drill battery.
So let's see
if you show them the starter motor on the other side there, Harry.
Oh, here.
The Rotax starter motor.
Which is here.
Yeah.
Which
So that starter motor has inside it a thing called a freewheel, which is like what you have on your bike, so you can pedal one way but not the other way. So the idea is that the starter motor starts the engine, and once the engine's running,
it can only run that
it doesn't
way.
try and backdrive the starter motor. So let's see what happens.
Right.
So here we've got a positive terminal. So here's the cables, look, we'll show them the cables. This is the cables for the starter. So we're going to try and connect the drill battery up to this. And given that it ran that massive dyno starter, even though it was nearly on fire,
Yep.
it should run that little starter
Yeah,
motor.
it's the classic old
Yeah.
drill battery.
So
right.
Harry's going to show you this
So
end of the engine,
if it-
and we should be able to see all these shafts rotating
Yeah.
and
So if it
the gears in there.
If it works, then all this should rotate.
It should
Right,
do,
let's
yeah.
do this.
Right, okay, so
Ready?
that's the positive. Right, here we go.
Ready for it?
I don't know what this is going to do. It might
Here
just
we go.
It might just go bang. We'll find out.
Let's hope not. Ready?
Yeah, well, it'll be interesting if it does, won't it?
Yeah.
It'll make a good bit of film. Right, here we go.
Ready? Woo! Contact! It's working. There we go. That is definitely what we wanted to see.
I tell you what, Harry, I bet you that hasn't turned in a few years.
Yeah, definitely. Oh no, we're leaking. We have an oil leak
Where's the oil leak?
here.
Oh yeah, you know what that
something.
means? The oil pump works.
Well, that's good.
That is good, yeah. I had to stop that because
It
was
was
starting to
sparking.
melt the insulation on the wires.
It takes a fair bit of electrical welly
It
then.
does, it certainly does, yeah. Right, let's put a cloth under that. So that means the oil pump was pumping. That is the outlet from the oil filter. Because these two probably went to the oil cooler back in the day when it was connected up, when it had all the bits it needs. So I was pretty impressed with that there.
Me too.
Even though it nearly melted the battery, but never mind.
Yeah, it nearly melted the...
You've got to break an
cable.
omelette. You've got to break an omelette. You've got to break an egg if you want to make an omelette.
Yeah, I mean
Break an
it
omelette.
almost set the battery on fire,
It
but
did, but you know,
it
was quite
worked.
exciting, wasn't it?
yeah,
I
we
think
almost
we may have to do that again.
we almost had an electrical fire, but
Yeah,
at least
who
we
cares?
yeah
It ran.
at least it runs.
Yeah. So while you're filming, this pipe here, Harry, I believe.
Yes.
Yes. This would have gone to the air pump. So that's going up there, and it's going into the injector head. So that would have gone to the air pump, and that's that there. Yeah, that one. And then up here, look, the one I'm pointing to up there. Can you see that? That is
Yeah,
the
you can see it up
that's
there.
the non-return valve for the P1 connection. So basically that takes air from the compressor and blasts it into here when the engine's running, and it stops it going back into the air pump.
Clever,
So yeah, so that's similar to the one we've got. Yeah.
Well, that's good. It works.
Right, you can stop filming there now. So what I want you to film here is the data plate, Harry. So
Okay, you can.
the Rotax. So 24 volts, 125 amps. So no wonder it was melting the insulation on the wires, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, Rotax London Limited. Yep.
You can
Don't turn it upside down, that's
see
okay. They can see it. Yeah. Right, so that's good. You can stop filming there, buddy.
There we go.
Yeah, so that's that bolt out. Should be able... Ah, right. So let's see if we can get this bottom clamp off. If we get the bottom one off, then the battle's pretty much won.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, it's coming off, look.
That's good. That's very good.
What's stopping it? Ah, there we go, it's off.
Ah, it's one of those again.
Yeah.
They were on the other Rover gas turbine.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Okay. Now, the other one should come off up that way. So Harry's taking out the ring of bolts that secure the...
I know it's come off.
That's all right. Keep going. Keep going. He's taking the ring of bolts out that secure this the duct there for the jet pipe. And we'll get the jet pipe off and have a look at the turbine condition. So you carry on doing that, Harry. That's it. You're doing a great job. Do you know yesterday was STEM day? Did you know that, Harry? Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know that either. But there you go. Cracking on with a bit of STEM. That's it.
This is tight.
Is it? I'll show you something. Hang on. That's it. You're doing a grand job. We should have brought the buzz gun with us, shouldn't we? You know, the electric gun.
Yeah.
Or the air ratchet. Not the air ratchet. The electric ratchet would have been useful for that.
Would have been, yeah.
Well, never mind. We'll have to keep persevering. Right. Harry's making merry down there with the 7/16 socket. And I've got the ratchet ring spanner up here. Has the bolt got stuck in the socket?
Yeah, it's magnetic.
Well, it's not, but sometimes it just gets jammed. That's quite a common thing that happens.
I've discovered something. Look,
What's that?
see?
Oh yeah, it's got a serial number on it. Yeah.
Oh.
You'll find that all the parts do.
So we'll get in touch with the Vulcan to the Sky connection, and then we can hopefully find out which aircraft our APU comes from.
Yeah, that's a good... That's what I'm certainly hoping. Well, the jet pipe's loose because we've undone that big V-bend clamp in there. So I'm hoping that when we get all the bolts out, the whole lot is going to come off. I think that's the last bolt now, is it, Harry? No, that's the last one. Yeah, so you're almost there.
Here,
all right, so you've got two more to...
a rusty one and then another one there.
All right, I'll have a look at that rusty one then while you're doing that one.
And then also want APP removal and storage.
Yeah.
That's what it says.
Harry's taking the last bolt out now. So we'll be able to have a look at the turbine in a minute. And we were just saying, weren't we, Harry, that there's not going to be a bird's nest in it this time, we hope, like there was in the other one. Harry's just been pointing out to me, it says on there about an oxygen valve. Now, this thing had oxygen tanks connected to it, oxygen cylinders, because of high altitude starting requirements.
Yep.
At high altitude, there's much less oxygen in the air's rarefied. And remember, the Vulcan would have been flying at potentially at 55,000 feet, doing Mach 0.8. So this thing might needed to have been started in low oxygen conditions. So they had oxygen enrichment built into the APU. So it would have pumped oxygen into the injector along with the fuel.
It's about to come out.
Right, okay.
Hold on to it.
I've got it. Let's just position the camera.
About to get.
Hopefully they can see this. Right, I've got it, Harry.
There we go. It's
Here
out.
it comes. Right, it's out.
No bird's nest.
No bird's nest.
Which is good.
Right, we'll show the
It's very nice. This
show the
is
viewers.
very, very nice. We've got it out.
Do you want to take that camera? Well done, you've got it.
Ta-da!
I'll get the light in
It's
there.
a good
so we
ta-da
can see.
moment, to be honest.
Right, so there's the turbine. And there's the thermocouples. Look, what I've noticed is missing is the mercury boiler. That's been taken away because the fuel pump's not there and the fuel control system. Let's get this clamp off. I think we'll have to leave that there for a minute, unless we can spin it around. We'll leave that there for now. Right, so what maybe we'll do is we'll spin it up on the starter motor one more time, and we'll see if that turbine rotates. It should do. There should be no reason why not. So stop filming for a minute.
Okay.
We're going to just flash up the starter motor again.
See if the turbine spins. So
Yeah.
you can see the turbine vanes there.
You explain to them what we're doing.
So we're about to start it up. Dad's making the electrical connection. Ready?
Yeah, trying not to set himself on fire.
Contacts.
So almost.
Get ready for it.
Right.
Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Here we go.
Contacts.
Now.
Contacts. There we are. It's spinning. Turbine spinning. Look.
Oh yes. What a beauty.
I know. That's a good
It
sign.
is a good sign, yeah. So at least we've got usable parts there that we can cannibalise if we need to.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I think we can stop filming at that point.
Yep.
Excellent job. So as I said before, this engine had cartridge start as well as the electric start. So these are the two cartridge start modules, and they've got electric heaters. So this is a heating mat and that's a heating mat. So basically what went inside here, this is the breech, they would have had fitted into them basically what amounts to a really big shotgun cartridge without the pellets, and initiated electrically instead of by percussion. So if needs be, if the starter motor failed, if all else failed, this APU could be started by cartridge. So electrical feed to here would have ignited the cartridge. The hot gases from that would have then flowed up this way into the nacelle, and then they would have flown through. Just get a light in there and show you where it goes. Through that, what's called a quill tube there, into the main air compartment, and then that would have spun up the turbine and started the engine in the same way that the electric starter motor does. And that would have been in dire emergency, you would have used that. But as I said before, the whole purpose of this thing and the whole purpose of the Vulcan was to drop the weapon. So anything goes, essentially. You need to get there, you need to drop the weapon, and you need to get back. But getting back is optional. Dropping the weapon is the mission. But I think we'll continue to pack up now. I think we've seen just about all we can see.
Okay, so
Today.
what I've done is I put the rag, I've put everything. Oh, that sparked a bit for some
Yeah,
reason.
did it short? Unplug it, that's it, good lad.
I don't know why.
Take the cables off the battery and then it won't short. It's shorted together, that's all.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay, don't worry about it.
Right.
It happens to the best of us.
Right. So I put all the tools back in their respective parts.
Yep.
I put my pair of gloves in the bin out there because they were done.
Yeah.
I put this plastic cover back over where the electrical engine connections are.
Yeah.
And I've put the rag back on where the generator should be.
Yep, well done. Excellent job. Right. Okay, well, that's a decent morning at the museum over with, isn't it?
It was, yeah.
And we haven't done as much to that engine as we did to the other one, really because we don't need to. We didn't need to take any ancillaries off that one. But the 10201, we needed to lighten it up basically and get it out of its nacelle. So we had to take hydraulic pumps, generators and whatnot off it. This one has got a lot of bits missing anyway. We just needed to have a good check of it and have a look to make sure there was no massive corrosion. And what was great about it was that the gearbox and turbine and compressor rotated under the power of the starter motor, even if we did nearly set the battery on fire, but never mind.
Yeah.
All's fair in love and war. But that's that. Thank you for watching.
Yep.
Thank you for subscribing.
To people
Please
who have.
Yeah, to people who have, and that's a good point, because about 50% of you are currently watching this aren't subscribed. So please do so. If you like what we're doing, subscribe to us, because it really does help us out, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and give us a like, a thumbs up. That's a big thing as well. That's a really big thing for YouTube. That helps us a lot. And it gives us a bit of a boost, doesn't it, Harry, when people subscribe and when they like.
It does, yeah.
So yeah, remember to do that. And we will see you on the next video.
Yep.
So take care, and we'll see you all soon.
Okay. Well.
And it's goodbye from me, and it's goodbye from him.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.